Gotta give it a second. YouTube don't even be starting until like you 15 minutes in. Give it a second. I'm tired of going on my YouTube videos and I ain't got my motherfucking intro slogan, so I gotta talk a little bit. Then I'm gonna fucking say Grand Rising. I mean, Grand Rising. My slogan. Alright, it's the Reflector, here to reflect what you choose to neglect. Today, long time coming. This is the Reflector's, my take on the over-sexualized world and where it's kind of leading to and where it's kind of rooting from. Okay? So, for example, I'm going to give you a little disclaimer or example, right? No, I'm going to give you a disclaimer. So, I don't give a fuck about anybody's way of how they live their life and their sexuality. Also, I know that a lot of this ain't really per se every individual's fault because we kind of weren't taught or directed based on family upbringing and generalized social norms and shit. So a lot of people were just sheltered, right? Mind you, especially on the west side, we actually were comfortable just kind of showing our body. Dudes only wear like fur pelts. You know what I'm saying? Barely little. I'm not talking about Hawaii shit, but it kind of was like that. We use motherfucking furs. You know what I'm saying? Buffalo skins and shit. You know what I'm saying? Females use more like leaf type of shit, or you know what I'm saying? It makes I'm basically saying we already were comfortable with being like almost exposed, because the thing is that our body is our temple, and like we all have one. We all share organs, so it's the energy of feeling open, right? Feeling naked, feeling open to any opportunity, or open to the earth. You know what I'm saying? The earth vibe, and letting the sun shine on you and heal you. You know what I'm saying? It's just a little principle we did back then. All right, I'm talking about back before these colonists came and took over. So the reason why I say that is we already comfortable, right? Now when things got a little weird is when people started making laws and making narratives, making slogans, images of why you shouldn't be naked, of why this body part, if it looked like that, you gonna be looked at in a certain way. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Wait, give me a second. Let me see if you can hide the fucking camera. Okay. Yeah. So, like I was saying. So, you know, these people came and kind of hijacked the energy and made it more like, because, you know, these people coming from where they're coming from, they kind of lack these organs that we're kind of comfortable with, which usually they got little meats, and the females like look like giraffes. But the funny thing is the females didn't even fuck with the goddamn men as far as the colonists. Thing is, the ones that did like them, they didn't like them, they just used them for their position or their opportunity or the money, shelter, security. So this leads to like, you know, the men from those mental mind frames, those regions, kind of looked at things more strict and more sophisticated, more presentable. Bow tie, you know what I'm saying? Old tie, old suit, jumpsuit, you know what I'm saying? They'll cover up everything. Especially the females, they be wearing them big ass motherfucking, you know what I'm saying? Covering their whole body ass shit. Anyway, nothing wrong with none of these things. At this point, it's normal, right? So, I'm basically getting to that people feel overly sexualized because the energy was kind of encapsulated, and it made people feel like they had to hide it until they either found somebody that was deeply traumally connected with them. It kind of ends up being toxic, or they do it to themselves, or they just find an outlet. You know what I'm saying? Or they just turn to their own gender. You know what I'm saying? Because they share organs and like the same type of thinking, right? So you feel like, okay, instead of me finding the other half, let me just try to duplicate, since it's easier to get along with this type of person. You know what I'm saying? So it's simple starting points, but to me, honestly, I think it just comes from how the Northwest Territory, which we call America, got kind of hijacked by certain cobalt-minded, like small, little-minded, little meat people, and they kind of fabricated everything, and they made it where it's like you have to feel like you have to release your sexual energy, even if you've been fucking a virgin your whole life because that's what you got taught. Or you, some things are good though. It's okay to be a virgin, but I'm saying, even if you're a virgin your whole life, everything got to explode out. You know what I mean? All right, I'm back on the camera. Probably help me get more views. Yeah. So, see, so what I mean is, these streamers, especially streamers, because, you know, that's what's popping, because it's the energy of, like, real life, quote unquote. Like a reality, it's a new version of a reality show. So, hey, I'm matching. Yeah. I ain't realize it. Anyway, what was I saying? Fuck. Yeah, streamers. You know what I'm saying? These are the top things. Now, when we get into like OnlyFans and people selling content, that's a different story. But my thing is when it gets into like, when it gets into trying to showcase it as if it's like, it's as if people are going back to the early 2000s to 2010s, and they're trying to like sexualize everything as if you're a little kid, which it was more acceptable because that helps you kind of get into your. Yeah. So it's like immature act, right? And y'all don't be over here trying to look at me like I'm fucking being sexual because I got like no shirt on. I just did a disclaimer about how we used to be like that anyway. Then it shouldn't be no problem. But like I said, yeah, they got the 8th grader mind. They got left behind. It's almost like either these people that be over sexual, so they be trying to everything they look at, every little piece of anything they be looking at. And shout out to Garth. I don't say little. I got it. But yeah, every piece of anything they look at it like some porn scene, some type of imagination dealing with sex, some type of sexualization of a part or clothes. Even it got to the point where even fucking animals or like shapes in the world you see, or like machines that be made, can be looked at like that. Now, I'm not saying nothing's wrong with any of this. What I'm saying is you got you got little slow spirits a little bit, and that they ain't really went through life, that be overly indulgent in this energy. So it's gonna fuck up the balance of what it means to be private, what it means to be solitude or your deep own desires, and it gets transmuted into this world. So it's all about sex. Girls, females standing up, the body's getting better, they're getting more active, their faces is changing, their mental is changing. So it's like that shit, my bad, y'all, I got brain fog. Well, anyway, that don't mean you that don't mean you transmute all that sexual energy as a man. And this is for females too, but I'm just making an example. As a man, and you just try to go out into the world and just grasp any image, any video. They call it gooning. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be in a gooner. Y'all gotta, like I said, it's okay to release. I ain't saying to not fucking do what you want to do to please yourself. What I'm saying is, either don't retract it too much, and don't overly push it out too much. And the way you do this is staying neutral and polarized. Non-polarized, which means don't go too far into yourself and celibacy and working hard, which you can do that, especially if you have a goal and you're working hard to it. But just know everybody got to sit back, and it'll end up being, you're going to be on the other side of hard work. You're going to be like laying in it, lying in it, basking, using all the things you obtained to just sit there You know what I'm saying? And just like pleasure yourself. So, and that could be any way, not like sexual, but so like I said, like we gotta understand the polarization. The way you kind of balance, and this is just individuals, like so we won't get so lost into like sex and oh we don't. I want this female. Whole time that female ain't even been with no nigga. You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing. A lot of y'all don't realize like 22-year-olds and down to 18 or whatever, they ain't even bet nothing. Never did anything. I know y'all know them famous OnlyFans goddamn creators. They never even had sex. So that's why I'm like, nothing wrong with that. But what I'm saying is, it's gonna create some weird imagination based on non-released energy that should have got released as a humankind and as an individual and from our ancestors before. Now, and I'm not talking about the ancestors. I was talking about how we used to wear shit. I'm talking about like your grandma, great grandma, and her grandma. You know what I mean? Like that. That's pretty much the wash system. Like we all pretty much together as a generation. But yeah, we gotta kind of heal from these things and like understand your own sexual nature truly to yourself. Maybe you might find people that you know you can release it with, because sex ain't always sex. It's just joining two energy. It's like the sixth sex. So it's like you making something from you two's environment or you two's body, 3 and 3. So it can be anything. So you can basically mentally have sex. So come together in the mind and y'all make a new version of something. Like, oh shit, this is new. And y'all low-key came with it together. Just like you're fucking together and oh, this is new, it's a baby. You know, that's anything. But yeah, y'all gotta get into the higher natures of your mind, mentalities, not ideology, but mentality. You know what I'm saying? Energy, a collection of thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Collection of energy and feelings. I mean, a collection of feelings and thoughts. God damn it, that turn into emotions. Feelings turn into emotions. But anyway, so is the big head feel too long, bro? You sound like my girl. My head do look, yeah. The fry. Oh, Ronald McDonald. I already know. If you still in here, Mark and Hammy, I'll do that. I'll do them 20 push-ups. I need to work out anyway. But y'all funny as hell. I know I look like motherfucking ketchup bottle, McDonald's, old Cane's, cane sauce, cane sauce face. All that. But yeah, so yeah. Hold on 1 second. Yeah. Like I said though, like streamers, shit, teachers, students, doctors, massage therapists, stretching therapists, yogas, all these people. It can be sexual, and the funny thing is, it's being sexualized so people can make a damn dollar. And there's nothing, like I said, everybody get it how they live. But if it's for money and then it's kind of an immoral thing that you're doing just for money, it kind of can get unbalanced, especially in your real life. If you're not actually doing something else that'll make that kind of balance. Just like you can't fucking have fun all the time. You got to kind of have some content. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, you know, we gotta get back to what the fuck it means. Shout out to Prison Cheeks, nigga. Oh Lord, this nigga named Lil Wayne. Shout out to Lil Wayne, even though that ain't really you. But yeah, Prison Cheeks, you better change that name. Your ass gonna get all kind of weird ass energy towards your way. I'm telling you right now. You better change that name right now. And you got 3s instead of E's. Oh yeah, you fucking and eating with a Z. Oh Lord, you just got a whole curse on you. Just know that. But yeah, like I said, content creators and people that low-key is selling something else that ain't got nothing to do with sexualization, but they use sexualization to do this. And like I said, another reason from the point I said before is because of the money, like the capitalism, the selling something to you, the interest, getting attention, so you can get money. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, nothing wrong with that. But what's it called? Yeah, like I said, this is a whole bunch of humans, though, that don't really have a real life and went through anything. And the people that actually did, and they didn't learn their lesson, they fuck too much and shit. I know a whole bunch of them people, too. But they fuck too many people, and they didn't actually heal and recover and actually own up. And you know what I'm saying? These people just basically are like titty babies. They like, they are either titty babies or wishing they had a daddy baby or wishing that they mama did better baby. So girls, daddy and wishing their mom did better, and boys, they titty babies. So that even if they mama fucked up, they still fuck. You know what I'm saying? They still be accepting it. So it ended up being like they living their life running amok based on because they felt like they didn't have enough privacy. They didn't get enough like boost or credited to them from their family or whoever they grew up with. So then when they went in real life, they probably kind of was struggling with that too. So it made them just be an isolated ass person. So now you got a whole bunch of isolated ass geeks low key online that ain't really went through life, and all they can do is look at the screen and get that instant satisfaction. So like I said, and people be going in public not knowing that this energy holds onto you. Like there's a whole fucking nigga on social media. Whole nigga on social media that goes around, picks random people he's never talked to, and these niggas, and you can tell who they like that they be beating their meat, you know, a lot. So anyway, he'll end up fucking catching it, like, you know, setting them up to act like they about to fuck one of these porn stars the whole time. They just end up getting exposed, you know. So we got people like that. Like I said, there's people at home when you go out in the world and shit carries with you. Now your energy's down, or you don't even interact. You don't even see clear. You just see smudginess. You're waiting on some hole to open up to you. You know what I'm saying? No pun intended. So y'all, we gotta realize, like, even if you're online, especially when it comes to sexual, y'all can't be over here because at least be invested in like politics, so you end up just having a conversation about it and complaining to somebody, or music or some stupid shit. Even all that stupid either. But y'all over here, you know what I'm saying, coming together for some gooner action. All right now. And like I said, this comes from the older generations that didn't actually solidify their own sexual and sexualized energy together as a group and as an individual. So they didn't step up. Like, it was just a whole bunch of secrecy back then, and it ended up just being known based on what's in the dark gonna come to light. So they kind of did it wrong because they felt like all the authority figures ain't gonna accept this, which they didn't. So it's not always all the way their fault, but it was just a buildup of feeling like humanity couldn't actually express themselves, and the only people that could were these goddamn high up people. And it's almost like, oh, they can do that. I wouldn't do it though, or I'm not about to do that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, get your ass out of here. Get your ass out of here. Get your ass out of here. Don't look at this phone. This ain't my phone. Sorry, y'all. Oh. All right. Anyways. Oh shit. Yay. So like I said, these people that you kind of look up to, not even look up to, like they're in a better position than you. They got more attention and money. Oh, here's another example. Like, don't be looking at them like they doing something that a human can't, like, that you know what I'm saying? But another example is all of these females getting, especially celebrities, because they're supposed to be the lead or the example, right? They over here keep getting pregnant by random ass niggas. And you got people in real life that's reenacting this shit. So you're gonna have a whole bunch of broken stepsister, half brother ass motherfucking family. You know what I'm saying? And then that's another thing. Like, I'm telling you, like, people be over here sexualizing anything, any situation. Somebody knocking at your door. Like, everybody trying to make life a fucking porn scene. That's why I'm telling you, you got to know where we came from to know where we at, to know where we're going. So we came from that energy of, like, porn. And they always, and low-key, the best videos got, like, that real-life build-up energy. And then, you know, they end up doing it. And that's even on Instagram. Like, people be over here talking about, so I thought this was about to be a whole porn hub scene. It's like, bro, We gotta get right, man. Look, it's okay to make jokes. It's okay to, you know what I'm saying, play with stuff a little bit, but y'all niggas be dead ass serious. And even females. Like I said, like, they're overly being gay now. Another one, like, a female can't resist another female. Like, nobody can resist no curves and jiggles, but that's why they say they know better than a man. But here's the thing. It get a little weird when they start stepping over the line, doing certain out of order things. Now you over here trying to treat it like a relationship. Y'all go everywhere together. Y'all don't let nobody else talk to y'all. Y'all low key be kissing and eating each other. Like, you know, like, that's what I mean. Like, that's when it's too far. You just like the bitch, not like them, but you like what you see, and that's it. Like, you look but you don't touch energy. That's what female's supposed to be, unless that motherfucker's goddamn wife or husband. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the babies, the every little thing gotta be a motherfucking porn scene or something. People over here draining themselves for the sake of pleasure. So whether they have access to a lot of people to be fucking, or they don't and they kind of just get it where they can, or they try to pay for it, or they just, you know, satisfy themselves, but they overindulge into it, or it turns into delusion. Delusion. Don't mind this phone, by the way. Some people were just born gay. Sorry, y'all. Let me see. Um. Yeah. So that's pretty much the lead up to it. This is the examples about that shit, and this is where it's kind of gonna go. It's just gonna lead into like the whole world turning into soft porn. So everything somebody's selling, they gotta have like their body attached to it, even if they got clothes on. Oh, but honestly, I don't really care about that. But I don't have an issue with it. I'm just talking about what I see. Everything's so sexualized, especially if you live in them certain cities and states. Like, they be going hard with, like, Florida, Nevada, California, New York, all that they be going hard. Texas, you can say they do, but they don't really be like too crazy about it. They do, they got a lot of followers. They on Twitter with it, you know what I'm saying? Maybe OnlyFans. But like I said, y'all gotta live real life. Y'all gotta understand that things been hijacked from us. Your parents didn't do a good job with it. You probably didn't release it for yourself because you didn't have an example. But at the same time, we gotta take a little bit of spiritual responsibility, because who said we didn't know anything about anything? You know your own, you have your own makeup and your own alignments and elements for a reason. So you travel through your motherfucking mind and you kind of understand that shit. So you don't have to feel like you gotta get told, or you just follow the bandwagon of how everybody's being. Because like I said, it's just a whole bunch of non-releasements from back then, and y'all didn't live life. And I'm not talking about like having sex. I'm just saying, like, y'all didn't actually do mental sex with people. Y'all didn't actually have an imagination for yourself. Y'all didn't have to see something. Like, I bet half of y'all can't even beat y'all meat without even, or finger yourself without even having a screen in front of you. So that's what I'm talking about. Like, it's not natural. We're over here being synthetic. Like I said, we was here barely wearing clothes, Now people want to barely wear clothes, but now it's over sexualized because we're not used to all of this curve and jiggle. Females not used to niggas wearing this and that or looking like that or something like that or having that vibe behind them. You know what I'm saying? So y'all gotta just live more like it's the reflector. Hit a reflect. Choose neglect. I'm out.